Hello, I'm Alison Lambert from OnSwitch, and this is my colleague.
Hi, I'm Debbie. I run the mystery shopping team.
So what we want to take a few moments of your time is to make you really think about when you pick up the phone and that person has asked you how much is a puppy vaccine course, or how much is a bitch spay, or how much is a cat spay. What's actually behind that person? You can't see them, they're on the end of the phone, but they've got a creature, it's a cat, a dog, it's a rabbit, it's their best friend. So when you speak with them, what are they looking for? So Debbie, from your experience of working with the call coaching program, the mystery shopping program, what are the common things that usually, if they're going to go wrong, would go wrong with that call, which may start with how much are puppy vaccines or how much is a cat spay? What are the things that are missed from the customer's point of view?
Yeah. Aside from the actual professional handling of the call, such as being put on hold for a long period of time, or people not answering the phone in a professional manner, the actual things that can go wrong in a call as far as somebody getting what they want from a practice. Some of that is around a general lack of knowledge on behalf of the receptionist. We get an awful lot of calls where what would to a client feel like a really straightforward question, like how much are the vaccinations for a kitten, can turn into a lack of confidence in the information they're being given. So the receptionist saying, well, I think, I'm not really sure, hang on a second, I'll go and check, and then coming back and still not sounding sure.
It's a confidence thing, though.
It's a confidence
about
thing.
What is a frequently asked question?
Yeah.
This is something that must be asked on a daily basis. So how does that make the person making the call, how does it make them feel? Because this is about feelings, isn't it?
Yeah. What it makes them feel is that either maybe it's a new receptionist who hasn't been trained, in which case why put somebody on the end of the phone who hasn't been trained, or they don't have the information to hand. Surely if they're dealing with puppy vaccinations, kitten vaccinations, spays, castrates all the time, why don't they just have a price list? And that is something our shoppers say all the time. Why don't they just have a price list?
So that takes that hesitation and that being put on hold or not sounding confident.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And they also think if the practice can't get something basic like that right, if they can't tell me this really basic information off the top of their head or from a list, what does that say about how professional they are in actually dealing with my pet? Do they know what vaccinations they're giving?
Yeah, yeah. And maybe one of the things there is that from the guys watching this are going, well, maybe we don't know all of the background, maybe we don't know the full clinical stuff, we're the customer care team, and we don't have clinical knowledge. But from the caller's point of view, they want to feel confidence and trust. So knowing the answer to how much is a vaccine course, what does it involve, how many times do I have to come, that's a frequently asked question, and by hesitating makes that caller feel less trust towards a practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nobody expects on ringing up to ask, I've just got a new kitten, how much are its vaccinations going to be? Nobody expects to be given all the technical detail behind, this is the name of the vaccine that we're going to be given, and real technical clinical information.
No, because that can happen in the consultation once they're in the building. Yeah.
What they want is someone to say, oh, you've just got a new kitten. Oh, right, brilliant. Well, the things you need to consider are, and there are some basics like, how old is it going to be before it's vaccinated? How many times, like you said, how many times do I need to come in? Have I also considered fleas, worms?
Just everyday routine healthcare.
Just everyday routine healthcare.
Yeah.
And the best possible thing is when somebody says to one of my shoppers, that's absolutely fabulous, this is what we'll do, and why not bring the kitten in and we'll get to know the kitten, get to know you, and give the kitten a thorough health check.
And one of the things that's missing from what you've just said there is that one of the really critical things that we drive people to think about is that when that first phone call comes in is the establishing the name of the pet.
Absolutely.
So it can be very tailored for Georgie or for Fluffy or for Whiskey. This is what we can do for Whiskey rather than Kitten's need, which is very Kitten's need, not your kitten but just kittens in general. Whereas Whiskey will need, what we'll do is the 2 injections over a period of time with a health check for Whiskey and So what difference does that make by personalising that? How does that make callers feel?
Yeah, well, when you think about it, if I was walking down the street with a new puppy and somebody said, oh, you've got a new puppy, what's it called? Or what's he called, or what's she called? It's the first question anybody would ask.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And that makes people feel that you're seeing their pet as a being, as a person, as somebody with a personality and somebody that you're connected to.
Yeah.
It's not a clinical animal that's going to be put on a conveyor belt and put through this process. We're going to care for Mitzi because Mitzi's got a name.
Yeah.
People who breed pigs don't give them names. That's because they're not pets.
Yeah.
It's a big, big thing for owners.
And the name is that synonymous. It's my family member.
Absolutely.
And my family member, don't call my family member an it.
Yeah.
And certainly don't call him a her or her a he. Use the name. You know, that's the ambiguity of, we don't know what sex this rabbit is, but we know it's called Thumper. So what we can do for Thumper is, So getting that bit right, picking up the phone in the first place, not putting me on hold and making me feel confident, frequently asked questions, familiarity. Pet's name is a real big one, isn't it?
It's a massive one.
And that then allows you to tailor that end point, which is, we look forward to seeing you and Thumper next Thursday to start Thumper's vaccination course. It's a very, you're coming in then, isn't it?
Yeah. That's absolute, finishing the phone call in that way.
Yeah.
Just rounds the process.
Yeah.
It reminds the customer that Thumper's with me, he's my rabbit, and I'm really looking forward to bringing him to meeting him.
And that trust then is, you're starting to feel that, even over the phone where you've got no visual triggers at all.
Yeah.
No, that's brilliant. Lovely. Thank you, Debbie. I think it'll probably enlighten many people who are customer care people. Yeah. They're not just receptionists.
Absolutely.
Thank you.